Welcome to Megawatts Media, an experience for your mind, body, and soul. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Hi, I decided to make this video just to let you know how much of an asshole you sound like, or I think you would sound like, if you were to read your review out loud. And just reading them, you can tell that these people are assholes. So here, have a listen.
Buffet is still horrible. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. We visited back in January 2019. The buffet was horrible, and we said so. Fast forward to June 2019. A 2-for-1 coupon for the Chinese buffet night. I assumed that the litany of previous bad reviews would prompt a revamp, and this was an attempt to regain customers. Ha! This is the worst excuse for Chinese food I've ever seen. Rock hard chicken balls, deep fried chewy beef strips, cooked to death broccoli, and stir fry that was so overcooked it was pathetic. And that was when it was just brought out. I think I see the problem. No one in the kitchen knows how to cook. This is prison food at its worst. Sorry, I tried, but I'm out.
So let me get this straight. So you went back in January, you hated it because you said so, and then you went back again in June. So you're the fool. You had just a pile of shit for food both times. Description is right in there.
And it was the 2-for-1 coupon that won you over.
Two
Got
for
you to go
one-
back
2 for
after.
1. You said, hey,
You know what? I'm gonna.
you know what? We got this 2-for-1. Let's go give it another
Let's
try.
go try another.
Go give it a try.
a shit box food here.
So then, after that second time you go with the 2-for-1 deal, you come to the conclusion that these idiots can't cook.
And when you're
these guys just can't.
when you're writing this thing too, like when you say this is prison food at its worst, it should be prison food at its best.
Oh, you stole my last point.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And don't be sorry that you tried. Okay, like you shouldn't have to try.
I tried, but
I'm out. But I'm sure we're really gonna miss you. But thanks.
Horrible food and service. Absolute disaster. This is how not to run a business/bar/restaurant. It is like absolutely no employee whatsoever has ever worked in the service industry before. Embarrassing, really, as it is such a waste of prime real estate and a nice view. Has so much potential that I will never be back.
So back on January 18th, 2019, these people went to this business/bar/restaurant and had like the worst possible time that they could have. It was an absolute disaster.
It was
And,
embarrassing. Really?
Really? So that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. The embarrassing, really. And then
And then it has so much potential, and I'll never be back.
so much potential that I will never be back.
So if it didn't have potential, you'd be back. Is that what you're trying to tell us here?
It's one step away from.
So much potential, but it was horrible service, horrible food, everything. But it was so much potential,
Yeah, what
but I'm never coming back. Like what
made it have so much potential?
is
It's the view and the real estate, because it's like, oh yeah, This real estate is prime real estate, and it's got a great view. But other than that,
I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out. Done. Okay, I guess we're done going over those reviews. And the reason we decided not to name the people who made the reviews or the establishment is just we didn't want to give any more validity to these idiots. And just because you can tell by the reviews, and there's many more, and the way that people do this online. If they said it out loud, if they went, nobody would ever say these things in person.
I would
So-
make a suggestion to them to actually read their
Proof-
reviews.
proofread.
Get somebody.
do a little proofread before you do this, but just think of it this way: the way that the world is going now is people don't say would never say you never go to a restaurant and say this. Like you see the one where it took them months to like actually write the review. So what? It took you that long to write it. So
it was horrible.
And yeah, and it was terrible. So you wouldn't say it in person. You're too afraid to say it in person. So then you write it down and you sound like an
no.
idiot.
Oh no, they said so.
Yeah, well they told me, yeah. I'm sure they didn't, or they may have just said they did.
They probably. Oh, they told all their buddies.
But that's why we're not doing this to make it any more valid. It's just to show you how stupid people sound. So, I guess stay tuned and check out the next reviews we post and look for more videos from Megawatts Media.
Out.